when you start off and you're 14 and it's a feature film and it's kind of an indie film and and then you walk onto the set of these machines, because like at this point they are just machine. They're automatic, right? It's a world that's built. They're 20 years in or 17 years in, etc. Talk about what that was like to be on those sets and the differences that you saw between that and coming from the world of like indie, starting off early kind of stuff. Talk about that.
Yeah, everything runs a lot more smoothly on these sets. You know, you go on set and you know exactly kind of how everything's going to run. Well, not exactly how. You know how your preparation and your day is going to set up, like where you have to go to the trailer, where you can go for, snacks, what time is lunch and all that. Once you get on set, they want you to just be prepared for your stuff.
Right.
Sure.
And so that was a little, because everybody there is professional. So it's like, all right, we're going to roll. We need you to do this. Got it? All right, cool. Let's go. Run it. And everything moves really fast. So you got to be quick on your feet. With the indie film, like in comparison, yeah, you do have more time, but sometimes you feel like you were wearing a lot of hats as well. And,
yeah.
And you didn't always have those answers. It's like, yeah, we might have lunch later. We don't know exactly where we're staying because we're going to shoot at this one place and we really don't have a permit. So let's just
let's try to get in and out there real quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's so funny. Well, I mean, coming from the Grey's Anatomy side, it's kind of a new era in that whole space because they're trying to not retire the old characters, but kind of have them take a back seat to this younger generation that is coming up, and which, Grey's Anatomy is very soap opera, is very love triangle, and you were caught right in the middle of one of those love triangles. And so that was very interesting because, you started to see these, for the people who've watched it since the beginning, you started to see these resemblances of like Derek and Meredith starting to come together in this younger crop of actors and characters, and now you have this guy who's kind of getting in the middle of that, or was technically there first and then kind of just came back into it. So that was a very interesting thing, and your performance in the show was absolutely amazing. It was one of those roles where you're like, I kind of want to dislike this guy, but at the same time, he's coming off very like Joe Cool type of situation. So, I mean, I just appreciated like the thought and effort, I guess, you brought to your character. And that made it, to where people could open up the door for conversations about what was happening, and it's not like a typical rerun type of thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, the opportunity to be on Grey's was amazing, and to jump into that love triangle and kind of be in there to stir up drama, but also try to portray Trey in a way that some people can kind of relate as well.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's painted to be the bad guy, you want to give him a little light as well, and it was just a joy to be able to play him. And we got a few more coming in. So
boy. Absolutely. And so that was my next. Did you know that it was going to be a multi-episode arc from the get-go? Because sometimes they'll bring you in and you're going to be the antagonist, and then they like you so much you're like, oh, we're just going to expand this a little bit. But you knew from the get-go it was going to be more than one.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a couple episodes. They actually ended up giving me an extra episode from that we originally had agreed upon. So, I mean, that's cool, and we'll see what happens. But
oh, for sure, I feel like that's credit to you, bro. I mean, you're rocking and rolling. I feel like a lot of these young actors, they're either really terrified or really egotistical to where like they step on set and they feel like they're the shit. But I feel like you got this sense of class to you to where you sit back and you recognize your position and you recognize, I'm here to do a job and I'm going to do the best I can. And if I can do something else while I'm here, I'll do that too. Yeah,
no, definitely. I'm just like, I just appreciate the opportunity to be working. There's so many times where I'm not, and I'm just thinking I can't wait to, be on set next. And when I'm on set, it feels amazing. So just to have the opportunity to be there, and I try to just make sure I'm prepared, do my work, and just kind of soak it all in while I'm there, so that the times when I'm not working, at least I can go back to them and be like, that was sick.
For sure. Yeah, and when you do that, then more times than not, you do what you did and you impress, right? And you get an extra episode, and then like you said, we'll see what happens. I feel like there's always opportunity, right, for the comeback. You never know, but if you approach it like you did, and you come in, you do your job, you're prepared, you show up, and you're a professional, it always leads to good things, right? Nobody's going to rehire somebody that didn't know what to do, wasn't prepared, didn't know the lines, kind of a thing. When you come in and give it your best every single time, that pays off down the line. So even though you do go those stretches where you're not working, they remember you. They're like, oh, this guy. That we need that guy back because he was awesome. So I think it is a huge credit to you. And like Logan said, the way you portrayed the character is clearly why they gave the extra episode. It's like this guy took time. He's in it. He's making this guy likable. We want to see more of him. So that's a huge credit to you and your ability to be able to do that. And I think that's good for all the up and comers that are listening. And that's the way to do it. Don't walk on a set, think you know everything, right? Just walk on, do what you're supposed to do, be prepared, give it your best, and then be happy when you're off there. And I think, it goes a long way. And I love that you shared that because I think that a lot of people need to know that's the way to do it.
Yeah. And I mean, with the way that I got Grays as well is, it's important to do the work because I actually auditioned originally for a series regular on Grays.
Oh,
and
okay.
that was past summer. And I was pinned for it. And it was between me and I think just another actor, not the name who. But then it eventually went to the other character. And then months later, they just kind of gave me a call and said, hey, this role is perfect for you if you want it. It's yours type of thing. So putting in that work, sometimes a lot of actors, we're sending these tapes and we think we're sending it to this black hole that nobody ever sees.
Exactly. Because, go ahead.
No, yeah, sometimes you just got to plant the seeds and be patient and something will eventually grow out of it.